Hello students, let's start the chapter relations and function. Let's have two sets A and B, and the elements of A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, and the elements of B are like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. For a function to be a 1 1, how can we check if any function is 1 1 or onto or many one? So you have to find out any function is valid only when all the elements of set A or domain must have a image in codomain. In codomain. This is the domain and this one is the codomain. Alright? If function to be happen, every element of domain must have at least image in codomain. If like this, one has image A, B has image B, 3 has image C, 4 has image D, 5 has image E, and 6 has image F. Right now you can see that all the elements of the domain have at least one image in codomain. And if you remove this, let's remove this. Now, can you say that this is a function or not? This is certainly not a function. Why? Because the element of domain A, that means element 6, do not have the element of domain A, that is 6, doesn't have any image in codomain. That means this is not a function right now. And if we join this like that, then 6 has image as F, that means this is a function. If you see, every element of domain has one image. One has image A, 2 has image B, 3 has image C, and so on. No element of A has more than one image. That means this is the criteria for 1 1 function. What? 1 1 function. A function is said to be a 1 1 function. A function is said to be a 1 1 function only when all the elements of domain has only one image, or you can say that the elements of codomain must not have more than one pre-image. What is pre-image? A has pre-image 1, B has pre-image 2, C has pre-image as 3, and so on. The elements of B are the image of element A of the set A, and elements of set A are the pre-images of the codomain. Okay, so right now we can say that this is a 1 1 function. Why? Because all the elements have only one image in codomain. Okay, now talk about if 6 has two images, one as F and one as G, then what will happen? Now this is not a 1 1 function. Why? Because 6 has two images, or we can say that F and G both have one pre-image. That means the criteria of 1 1 is not fulfilled here, because the criteria of being 1 1 is all the element must not have more than one image, but 6 has more than one image, so this is definitely not a 1 1 function. Then what is this? Then right now in this condition we can say this as a mean-eval function. What? many one. Function is many one when all the elements of domain has a image at least one or more than one, है ना? So here all the elements of A has at least one or more than one element. All 1 to 5, both all these 5 elements have 5 images, 1 images, and 6 has more than one image, that is 2 images as F and G. That means this is a criteria for a minimum function. What is onto function? What is onto function? What is onto function? The onto function is a function which has if you remove this, you will see all the elements do not have pre-images in domain A. But if you connect this, then we can say that all the elements of codomain have at least one pre-images, है ना? So the criteria for one function is that all the elements of the codomain have at least one pre-image. It can have more than one pre-image, but having at least one pre-image is the required condition for being a onto function. All right, like this, A has pre-images as 1, B has 2, C has 3 as pre-image, and G and F both have as pre-image of as in 6. Okay, so we can say that this is a onto function. Okay, if any element, suppose add one more element, GH. Right now you can see that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all 6 elements have at least one pre-image, but H do not have any pre-image in domain. So right now we can say that this is definitely not a onto function. Why? Because H do not have pre-image in domain. So this was the concept of many one, and onto function. Sometimes if you just connect this right now, this is what? This is onto function as well as many one function. Why many one? Because this is definitely not 1 because 6 has more than one image. That means 3 images. So this is the criteria for the many one, and all the elements of the codomain have at least one pre-image. That means that is the criteria of the onto function. Hence we can say that right now in this case, the way these sets domain and codomain are connected, these are in function as in many one and onto function. All right. So, and if you remove all these, like this, now we can say that this is not a function. Why? Because 6 doesn't have any image in the codomain. So this is not a function at all. 6 must have at least one image to be called as a function. All right, this is it. We will see in your next chapter. Thank you.